For those of you who were to receive this word, and you will get busy building the kingdom, you're about to see some you forgot, but he did. And you gon' just be giving, doing what he told you to do, walking out, and something gon' drop. And you gon' say, Lord, what is this? And he gon' say, baby girl, you forgot, but I did.
Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Time to shift, where it's for you, we don't get stuck. Time to shift, level up women, now girl get up. Time to shift, where it's for you, we don't get stuck. Time to shift, level up women, now girl get up.
That's what a shift looks like.
For those of you who were to receive this word, and you will get busy building the kingdom, you're about to see some you forgot, but he did. And you gon' just be giving, doing what he told you to do, walking out, and something gon' drop. And you gon' say, Lord, what is this? And he gon' say, baby girl, you forgot, but I did.
Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Time to shift, where it's for you, we don't get stuck. Time to shift, level up women, now girl get up. Time to shift, where it's for you, we don't get stuck. Time to shift, level up women, now girl get up.
That's what a shift looks like.
For those of you who were to receive this word, and you will get busy building the kingdom, you're about to see some you forgot, but he did. And you gon' just be giving, doing what he told you to do, walking out, and something gon' drop. And you gon' say, Lord, what is this? And he gon' say, baby girl, you forgot, but I did.
Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Looking good on the outside, what you ain't noticed, the Lord's working on my inside, and I feel gorgeous. Time to shift, where it's for you, we don't get stuck. Time to shift, level up women, now girl get up. Time to shift, where it's for you, we don't get stuck. Time to shift, level up women, now girl get up.
That's what a shift looks like.
For those of you who were to receive this word, and you will get busy building the kingdom, you're about to see some you forgot, but he did. And you gon' just be giving, doing what he told you to do, walking out, and something gon' drop. And you gon' say, Lord, what is this? And he gon'
Hey guys, let me make an adjustment because that light is pretty bright on my face. Oh yeah, that's kind of better. Let's turn it a little more. Yeah, okay, we're gonna work with it. Good morning. Hope everyone is well. My name is Sean Strickland. I'm here to talk about crypto today. We are here to talk about crypto. Listen, what I need you to do is that anybody that you saw at the $1 Million Expert conversation about crypto, the challenge, I need you to tag them. I need you to help me. Ooh, don't like it. This light is bugging me. I'm gonna get up one more time, guys. Two more times. All right, it'll work. Okay. Interesting fact, the brighter my hair is, the more the light needs to be changed. As you can see, my hair is the same color as the mantle pretty much. And I'm in my light season, skin season, because there's no sun. So anyway, I'm gonna make it work. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop looking at it. So we're here to talk about crypto. I need you to help me share this with other people. Let's get the word out. There were some pretty big updates in crypto this week. Give me like 3 minutes because I want to just say some like strong tea, some strong coffee. I want to offer some strong coffee this morning, right? So I really want to be clear about this. And y'all help me in the comments. Number one, I want to see everybody win. I am a full champion for seeing people, particularly Black women, win, particularly in the area of finance, because for so long we have not won. Okay? So I want you to win, but I need you to hear me clearly. I am willing to help you get the plays, but I will not run them for you. I will not run them for you. And I really need you to hear my heart. The foundational teaching that I have taught on crypto. Number one, I'm not a crypto expert. There are lots of people out here that know way more about it than I do. I really kind of teach from the mindset perspective and then my personal things, not as your financial advisor. But let me say this, I'm also not your mother and you're not 12. And so I really, really want you to hear me and I want you to hear my heart. I want you to win, but I won't run the plays for you. What does that mean? What does that mean, Passion? It means this. It means that if I take hours to study, to synthesize information, to get it to you. So I want you to think about this. So today, for today's class, I have 20 pages of notes. I tracked it because I wanted to be able to have this conversation. It took me about 10 hours of research in order to be able to get this information, to put it in 20 pages that I think I can deliver in 75 minutes. That's a lot of work. Now, for the record, I don't mind because I'm doing that work for myself. But here is what is unfair. And I want us to be clear about this. It is unfair it is absolutely unfair for you to not watch the videos, not get the guide, then see me post something about crypto and want me to walk you through individually. I'm not doing it. Not because I don't want you to win, but because I am not your mother and you are not 12 years old. And that is very, very important to me that we establish. It's very important that we establish. So if I have questions, if you ask me a question and I put that question in the guide, I'm going to direct you to the guide. I'm going to direct you to the guide. I gave away a free guide. I did a 3-day crypto challenge where the basic information was free and there was a VIP session. Even if you missed it, you were able to go back and watch them for free. I put them on a playlist in YouTube. I know that Santresa has sent the information out and has said, here is how you can get this. So I need you to understand. I don't care if you're a pastor or prophet. I don't care if you're a mother of 6. I don't care if you work 12 jobs. I'm telling you, synthesizing the information is the part I'm willing to do. If you are too busy or too lazy to read, to watch, to take notes from the work that I give you, that's on you. That's on you. And I think that there was some miscommunication that I want to clear up. When I shouted out Bishop Vaughn and I talked about Bishop Vaughn and how I worked her through one-on-one, number one, Bishop Vaughn is a mentor to me. So it's the least that I can do. Number two, Bishop Vaughn is in the generation with my mother. If my mother wanted this kind of help, if Edwin's mother wanted this kind of help, if my spiritual parents wanted this kind of help, then that's the help that I'm willing to give. But I need you to hear me. You in your 50s, your 40s, and your 30s, and you can keep up with all of the gossip, the drama, the mess that you, and some of you, I know you don't know world mess, but you know all of the church mess. I need you to understand. I need us to be clear, because you're going to be upset because you're going to think I'm mean. Because in this season, we need focus. I am not spooning feeding you. You are not a baby. I'm going to tell you what I understand. I'm not your financial advisor. Go ahead and put that in the comments. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm going to tell you what I believe from the information I have studied that we are what I think we should do. But I need you to understand, you got to put some skin in the game. Am I explaining myself? I'm absolutely explaining myself, because I want people to understand that when they inbox me or when they ask me for those things, I want them to know why I'm telling them no, and that I am not being mean, even though it may feel mean. Why? Because one of our principles in this is no one is going to care about your money more than you. Research tells me that 70% of Americans do not have $1,000 they can put their hands on. Real talk. If you don't have $1,000 that you can put your hands on, if you can't live 1 month without more income coming in, then I should not have to spoon feed you information that would change your finances. If you aren't tired of struggling, if you don't feel like you're too broke to not ignore this, then that is on you. And I needed to say that and get that off my chest, because, you know, sometimes people think that they're like, when I'm asking people to think, people think my tone, like I'm being mean. I'm not being mean to you. I am saying to you, if somebody is willing to invest 10, I don't like, I don't charge y'all. I don't charge you. Somebody's willing to invest 10 hours to then be able to synthesize the information to give it to you for free in 75 to 90 minutes. And say to you sometimes, don't even sow a seed. Put that in your opportunity account. If you don't care enough about your own finances, or if you are too lazy or too busy to do that part, do not come in my inbox or on my page talking to me about one-on-one work, because that one-on-one work is going to cost you more than $47. Now, let's get into what we need to talk about today. And because I'm a pastor, say amen to that. Say amen to that. So today we're talking about crypto and what it means to you. That's what we're talking about. No, there are people out here charging a lot for this information because there's so much information and the information has to be synthesized. People are charging a lot for this information. I have always been known for my willingness to give and to share. But babe, I'm not your mama. And all my kids, they're now adults. I ain't got it in me. If I had it in me, I wouldn't do it. You're smart enough to learn this. All right, can y'all keep sharing? No, I love what Lysandra said. Because I'm researching and doing my own learning, I know that you are giving us priceless information. Yes. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I have 19 pages of notes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my 19 pages of notes for $20. You need to be on my mailing list in order to do that. If you want the notes, if you're like, I can't capture all this, fine. I'm going to sell them for $20. I have decided that going forward, when I have detailed notes like this, I'm going to sell them. I'm going to give you the information for free, but I'm going to sell the notes. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So today is January 2025, and we're diving into cryptocurrency and how it's shaping the financial future. My goal is to make this simple, relatable, and empowering so you can position yourself for generational wealth. Here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover what's happening in crypto right now, key updates, and how they create opportunities. We're going to cover what's happening in crypto right now, key updates, and how they create opportunities. Number 2, shifting to an investor mindset, moving from working for money to building wealth with purpose. So we're talking about how to move from working for money to putting your money to work for you. Number 3, the right strategy for you, practical steps to invest wisely and avoid hype. 4, taking action, how to start today, protect your investments, and stay focused on your goals. By the end, if you stick to the end or you come back and watch it at the end, you will have the clarity, confidence, and tools to step into this financial shift with wisdom and faith. Light's still on my face too much. It's going to bug me. Yes. All right. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my personal journey this morning. So I just want to share this with you just to kind of let you know. This is my second bull run. I just didn't know I was in a bull run the first time. So here's my story. Ask the Lord to help you. Ask the Lord to help you get an understanding of this and to make this a priority. Okay. So at the end of 21, about November, December 2021, a friend reached out to me about crypto. And I'll be honest, when they reached out, I wasn't paying much attention. Yes, I knew words like Bitcoin. I had dabbled in a few coins. I think I had some Doge, some Shiba, some things like that, but nothing really serious because I was really just focused on building my business, which is really still trading time for money. Well, this friend introduced me to an opportunity and I decided to take a chance on it. Well, it turned out to be a rug pull. And for those of you who are new to the term, a rug pull is when the creators of a project pull out all of the liquidity, leaving the investors with nothing, right? But here's the thing. Before it all came crashing down, my husband and I were able to take profits, significant profits, enough for him to retire and focus in on pastoring our church, Fellowship of Champions, full time. Shout out for that. So it was a rug pull, but a rug pull doesn't mean that you don't get any money. It just means that the people who take their money the fastest end up with the money. And so that's what we did. All right. So when everyone else was holding, I was taking profits, not because I knew better. I didn't know this intellectually, but I felt like it was the instruction of the Holy Spirit. It wouldn't be until 2024, during the next big crypto buzz, that I would come to understand why. The instruction came because when we joined, we were at the top of the bull market at a time when prices were at their peak and the market was full of excitement. And we were about to enter into a bear market, which is when the prices drop and the excitement fade away. So, okay, let me say that again. So when we got in, we were in a bull market, but I didn't know it was a bull market. I just knew that the returns were good. But the thing that I would just keep thinking is, how can they do this consistently? How is this going to last consistently, right? I didn't understand anything about the 4-year cycle. I just felt like the Holy Spirit was like, listen, take your returns. So I was taking returns. We were taking returns, right? And so we were at the top of the bull market. The top of the bull market are when the prices are at their peak and the market is full of excitement. After a bull market always comes a bear market where the prices drop and the excitement fades away. When crypto started buzzing again, I realized that I could not just follow a friend this time. Baby, somebody better lean in and hear what I said. I realized that I could not just follow a friend this time, that I needed to develop a deep understanding of crypto. I needed to understand a deep understanding of crypto, right? And what I found out is that crypto isn't just a way to make money, it's becoming the new money. Everybody say new money. Everybody say new money. It's becoming the new money. Okay? So those who ignore it are at risk of being left behind. But I believe we are in a divine moment, an opportunity to position ourselves for life-changing generational wealth. You should type life-changing generational wealth, right? By being early adopters with the right strategy. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not responsible for your financial choices. You are. This isn't financial advice. This is my understanding of what's happening and my opinion of the strategy that I think Black women need. Now, you know, when I say Black women, I am never excluding any other people. But from the beginning, you know, my mantra has been all about eradicating the wealth and the wage gap for Black women. Years ago, I wrote a book, The Mindset of a Wealthy Black woman. And I'm about to come out with a crypto guide for the Black woman. I'm super excited about that, right? So again, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not responsible for your financial choices. This isn't financial advice. It is my understanding of what's happening and my opinion of the strategy that Black women need. What you do with your money is ultimately your decision. Say it's my decision. What you do with your money is ultimately your decision. Say it's my decision. But today, I hope you leave here committed to finding out if I'm right. And if you agree, walking away with a strategy to position yourself for this financial shift. So let's go. What's in section 1? In section 1, now I am about to talk about what's happening in crypto right now. What's happening in crypto right now. Now, here's what I need y'all to do. I need you to give hearts. I need you to give fire. I need you to love the broadcast. I need you to do the things that help me reach more people. What's up, Pastor Ralph? So, key changes under the new administration. Now, first of all, I think that some of you need to love me more for this right here. In order to understand a lot of the stuff that's happening, I have to listen to and read a lot of information from the new administration. And I know that many of you are triggered by the new administration, as am I. But I can't bury my head in the sand And so I go in and I spend time every day looking to understand what this means for us, So the new administration has made bold moves to reshape the crypto landscape. So let's break it down in simple terms. Number one, they decided there would be no central bank digital currency. No central bank digital currency. So no CBDC. What does this mean? Originally, they had proposed they wanted to have a digital version of the dollar that was controlled entirely by the government. This is what a CBDC would be, a digital currency issued by the central bank. The problem with the CBDC is that they are highly centralized, meaning the government or central bank has full control over how it's used. They could track every transaction and even restrict access if they wanted. So instead, the administration has decided to favor decentralized assets like Bitcoin and XRP. So I want you to think about it like this. I want you to think about it like, I don't know that they do this, but here's the best example that I have. If you've ever gotten SNAP, when we was growing up, we called them food stamps. But if you've ever gotten SNAP benefits, you use a card. Based on that card, they can determine every transaction that was made if they wanted to, right? A centralized coin, it wouldn't be like you could take your dollars right now, and if Octavian gave me $5, nobody knows that Octavian gave me $5. A central coin would mean that every dime that Octavian spent, that Kedron spent, that Latrina spent, that Kimberly spent, that Sarah spent, would all be tracked by the government. I personally think that this is a horrible idea. So where I do agree with the new administration is this agreement to say no, this position to say no, we don't want a CBDC. What we want is decentralized. What does that mean? Big things like Bitcoin and XRP. You're going to be hearing a lot more in the news about Bitcoin and XRP. What does decentralized mean? It means no single entity like a bank or government controls the asset. For example, making it immune. Okay, so for example, Bitcoin operates on a network of computers worldwide, making it immune to control for any country or institution, right? So I feel like as a Black woman, Bitcoin and XRP and other coins like that. XRP isn't real. Yeah, it's really a bank coin. Yeah, don't worry about that. I feel like that these coins are better for us. So I'm going to say some things, and you guys know I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, which actually may help us, as we walk through this season. So one of the things that I have said to my friends and my family is I want you to think about it like this, is that we see the direction our country is heading in, and we see who they're going after, people who are not white, people who are not rich white men. It is a move toward illegal immigrants. It is a move toward people in alternative lifestyle, but there's also a move toward people of color who are here legally, which is why we saw some of the rollbacks that we've seen, the DEI, this different thing right here. So one of the things that I have been saying is that let's say we needed to leave the country. And I don't know that we're going to need to leave the country, but I feel like I need to tell you that it's a part of the conversation you and your family should be having, and you should be praying about whether we'll need to leave the country. And so I was saying to our lead intercessor, Chandra, yesterday, and I was saying, people always talk about the times that God tells you to stay and fight. But I want to remind you, there are times that God leads us out. Like, for example, Moses came and got the children of Israel. They left Egypt. They did not change Egypt. But I also want you to know, I love it, Octavian. Thank you. Our conspiracy theorists are just people with very active imaginations. That would be me. But I also want you to know that there is this time in 2 Kings where Elijah tells the woman to leave where they are because there is going to be a famine, and she avoids the famine, right? You can have your own position about whether you would leave or whether you would go. When people ask me, Sean Strickland, would you leave? Baby, so fast your head would spin. You would think I went to Target and I would be gone, because the truth of it is I understand. Joseph had to flee with Mary. Come on, saints. It's some illustrations that sometimes you have to leave. The question that I keep asking people that I have relationship with is, if you had to leave, do you have the resources? Now, my active imagination adds this next step to it. It adds this next step to it. The thing I love about cryptocurrency is that while it can be tracked on the wallet, on the blockchain, you cannot. So if I have $5 million on the blockchain, Lord, I believe I received. You can see the $5 million, but you do not know it belongs to a Black woman. So if you have money in the bank, I'm just saying worst case scenario. I am not trying to scare you. I am not saying the Lord told me this. I'm just saying worst case scenario, that there becomes this major move, this major oppression, this major violence towards Black people, right? And they decide, oh no, we see some of you are leaving. We don't want you to leave. So we're going to freeze your bank accounts. What they could not freeze is your crypto. And that is why I said from the beginning, I never would have gotten a centralized coin. You're not going to be tracking me. All right. So decentralized means it's no single entity like the government or bank that controls the asset. For example, Bitcoin operates on a network of computers worldwide, making it immune to control by any country or institution. Right? So the next thing they did was they set a federal framework for crypto regulation. Right now, the rules for crypto are confusing. Different agencies like the SEC, the CFTC have conflicting views on how crypto should be regulated. This lack of clarity makes it hard for big companies or investors to fully trust or adopt crypto. The administration has created a task force. We now have a crypto czar that they're working on clear, consistent rules for how crypto can be bought or sold. Why is this important? Think of the Wild Wild West becoming a modern city. With rules in place, crypto becomes safer and more attractive for everyone, including big companies and institutions. But it also becomes harder for regular people to create wealth. So here's the thing. In order to be able to create wealth rapidly, is this making sense to you guys? If it's so, could you put it in the comments? Could you share with this? If this makes, so while the regulations does make it safer for big companies and institutions, here's one of the things you need to understand as a middle class or lower income person. Anything that is typically better for the government and for big corporations is bad for you. So we trade the volatility, right? The fact that crypto goes up and down for the freedom to be able to accumulate wealth faster. Now, as more regulation comes in, as more corporations get in, it's going to slow down, which is why I believe that this is a divine moment and a divine opportunity for us to move. I believe that this is a significant moment in time. Number 3, exploring a digital asset stockpile. The government is looking at building a reserve for cryptocurrencies like they would with gold or foreign currency. This stockpile could include Bitcoin or other major cryptos. I'm pretty sure it's going to include Bitcoin. And I think if you go out there, you're going to find that it includes Bitcoin. Why is this a big deal? If the government starts holding Bitcoin or XRP in its reserves, it signals that crypto is no longer just internet money, and it becomes recognized as legitimate and valuable. This would likely cause the demand and the prices to skyrocket because Bitcoin only has a limited supply. Now, I taught y'all this, and some of you done your research. How many Bitcoin exists? This is important. You need to know this. Put it in the comments. How many? And if you don't know, go Google it right quick and come back, right? Let's get why this matters to us. Why this matters to us. What do these changes mean to us? Number one, access to wealth creation. Say access to wealth creation. I know it's a Saturday morning. I know it's a lot of other things most people would need to be doing. But I'm telling you, if you're willing to do what other people won't do, you will be in better position than other people. My husband has taught me, come on, Karen, 21 million. My husband has taught me this. You can do anything for a little while, especially if you have a goal, right? Historically, traditional wealth building tools like the stock market, real estate, and private lending haven't been accessible to everybody, especially marginalized communities. Crypto changes that. It is open to anyone, anywhere with a cell phone with as little as $10. You don't need a broker. You don't need a perfect credit score. You don't even need a bank account. How it works. You buy crypto on an exchange like Coinbase, Binance, Uniswap, Trust, Exodus, and your investment grows as the value of that crypto increases. You control it directly without needing approval from anyone. This sets us up for financial sovereignty. Financial sovereignty. You ought to get somebody and get them on. You ought to watch this with somebody. You need to get your family and your friends to understand this, right? I'm trying right now. Me and my husband are trying to get our kids to understand what we're saying about crypto and why it matters and why we can't afford to be asleep at the wheel. So it gives us financial sovereignty. What is financial sovereignty? It means we own and control our money. Unlike traditional banking, where your funds can be frozen or accessed only during business hours, crypto operates 24/7 and is completely in your hands. Man, I like the term of financial sovereignty, especially as a believer, because I believe the Bible tells me in 2 Corinthians that he will cause me to have by his grace, so that I don't have need. I don't have need of someone else to tell me when I can buy a house, whether I can afford a house or not, whether they think my color is the right color to be able to get the loan or not. There is change coming. A change is coming. Can y'all share this with somebody? This is especially important for Black communities that have historically faced systematic barriers in accessing and controlling wealth. Third, legacy and generational wealth. Remember, I'm going to sell these notes, $20, 20 pages, $1 a page, 10 hours worth of work, summarized for you in 20 pages. Legacy and generational wealth. Crypto isn't just about making money today. It's about building wealth for your family and future generations. Proverbs 13:22 reminds us that a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, grandchildren. Investing in crypto today positions you as an early adopter in a financial system that's still in its infancy. Imagine owning property in New York before it became New York City. That is the opportunity crypto provides right now. So those are the three things. I'm going to repeat them for you. It matters to us because it gives us access to wealth. It gives us financial sovereignty, the ability to create financial sovereignty, and 3, legacy and generational wealth. So 3, where are we? The opportunity in a bull market. We are currently in a bull market, which means that prices are rising and the market is buzzing with excitement. Bitcoin leads the way. Bitcoin leads the way. Bitcoin is often called digital gold. It is the first and most established cryptocurrency. Its price movements often set the tone for the rest of the market. With more institutional investors, even governments paying attention to Bitcoin, its value is poised to grow even more. Let me pause and say this. I am having a live event on February 6th through the 8th in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The cost of that event is $297, and we are going to be talking about the mindset of being an investor. Crystal is going to be there talking about real estate. My friend, Pastor Mika Beecham, is going to be there talking about mindset along with me. She's going to be talking some seed time and harvest, how we involve heaven in our investing. And then we have Octavian Brewer, who is coming to the stage to teach us some things we need to know about crypto, like how to understand the markets and stuff. And I'm super excited about this event. And I am challenging you to get to Northwest Arkansas. Get to Fayetteville, Arkansas for 3 days and come and be a part of this event, because we are at the beginning. We are at the beginning of something. And I don't know if you saw this, but earlier in the comments, Octavian said to us that this is the last time. This is really the last cycle for retail investors, and we don't want to miss it. Can y'all share this with somebody? Can you tag this with somebody? Can you register and get to this event? Listen, you might find somebody in the comments that you're willing to share an Airbnb with, right? Like, you may find a friend that's going, and you guys can split the cost. The airport code is X and A. It's going to be held at the church. We have limited seating. I think we've got about half of the seats filled. We've got about 50 people coming. I am telling you that you need to be in the room, because there are going to be some brilliant minds in the room that are doing the work, not just me. We got Octavian, we got Crystal, we got Pastor Mika. It's going to be dope, and we really need you in the room, because this is an important time, right? The Bible said the sons of Issachar were wise and they discern the times. Somebody just said to me, hey, can I get you to come and talk about this in October? I said, you can, but it's going to be late. Oh, in October, we late. Octavian, we going to be late in October. If you're just now talking about this, if you're just now talking about this in October, if you're just now getting into crypto in October, you're late. You're late. And I think we have to understand the timing of what's happening. The timing of what's happening. All right. So Bitcoin is digital gold. Altcoin movements, things like Ethereum, XRP, HBAR are also gaining traction because of their unique cases. I'm going to give you a little bit of this. Ethereum, it powers the digital economy, including smart contracts and decentralized apps. A lot of other things run on top of Ethereum, and something else called Solana. They run on top of that, right? And then XRP, people love XRP because it streamlines cross-border payments for banks and financial institutions. So literally you can get money in 5 seconds, right? And then HBAR offers fast, secure, scalable solutions for enterprise use. Why is this our moment? It is our moment because being in a bull market means it's a critical time to position yourself. Prices are rising, but they are still accessible enough to accumulate assets before they reach their peak, right? Now, from the faith perspective, what do I want to say to you? This isn't just about understanding the financial system. It's about recognizing the moment God has set before us. Ecclesiastes 11:1-2 says, ship your grain across the sea. After many days, you may receive a return. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, for you do not know what disasters may come upon the land. We are in a season of sowing. I'm about to shift sowing for you. Yes, we sow at our churches. We tithe, we give. Yes, we sow when somebody teaches us information. But what I want you to understand is that your investment in crypto right now, it is seed. It is seed, right? We are in a season of sowing. Crypto is one of those ventures where we can not just prepare for the present, but for the future. By understanding the changes happening now, you can take informed steps to build wealth, steward it wisely, and create a legacy for your family. Now we're in section 2, the soul shift to an investor mindset. I'm not going to say very much about this because I did a lot of this on the live. I'm just going to remind you that most of us were taught to work for money. Most of us were taught to work for money. We were taught to work hard for our money. We were not taught to make our money work for us. That means, I say this, even in the last several years when my business has been increasing, I have focused on just the increase of my income in my business, not how to take that money and make it make more money than my business was making. And here's the problem. Think about this. A lot of people are getting laid off because of some of the changes of the administration that we don't like. But the truth of it is that is less scary if you have investments work for you. So we need a major soul shift. Everybody say soul shift. We need a major soul shift. We need to begin to see that we work for money to get the money, to take a portion of that money and make that money work for us. And my new saying is, my goal is to have more profits than wages until I have all profits, no wages. All right. Most of us were taught to work for money. We grow up believing. Can y'all keep on with those Hearts Fire, all those different things? Help your girl out. Hearts Fire. I'm reading Hearts Fire. Ha, that's hilarious. Most of us were taught to work for money. We grow up believing that wealth is something you can earn paycheck to paycheck, job by job. And while there's nothing wrong with hard work, because scripture tells us in Proverbs 14:23 that all hard work brings profit, the truth is that working alone will not build wealth. How many of you have lived long enough to understand that it will not build wealth, right? So we must make a soul shift, right? What is a soul shift? This is all I'm going to say about this, and then we're moving to the next session. An investor mindset is the ability to see money as a tool for multiplication rather than something to just spend or save. I'm going to say that again. An investor mindset is the ability to see money as a tool for multiplication rather than just something to spend or save. The worker mindset says, I earn and I spend. Money is for paying bills. Say ouch if you can relate. The investor mindset says, I multiply what I earn. Money is for creating opportunities that make more money. And it's not your fault that that's what you were taught, but it is your fault if that's where you stay. Hear me what I'm saying. It's not your fault that our grandparents and parents taught us on a system that worked for them at this time. It is our fault if we stay here. Many of you, you work hard. Many of you, you try to budget your money wisely. But here's what happens. Every time the expenses go up, the dollar loses its value, you end up short. And you're looking at yourself saying, what am I doing wrong? Why am I like it? You're feeling bad, but it's really not your fault. You're in the wrong system and you've got to shift your mindset. Money is for creating opportunities to make more money right now. So I want to talk to you. You can get the notes for the rest of that because I want to talk to you about, I talked to y'all about opportunity account. I've talked to y'all about all of those things. So now I want to talk to y'all about some other stuff. Can we talk about some other stuff? If y'all want to talk about some other stuff, say other stuff. I want to talk to y'all about what I believe is the right strategy for this market. Again, let me say this. I am not your financial advisor. I am only telling you the strategy that I'm taking. Now, I skipped that because I wanted to get here to say this. I've been doing a lot of research. I probably spend 8 to 10 hours a day really trying to understand crypto. And one of the things is that I have this ability, and I know other people don't, and that's cool, but I have this ability to listen to bunches of people talk and filter to truth. I know everybody doesn't. That's why I do it, because I have the ability to do it. So one of the things that I noticed is that, let me say this. The Lord gave me a specific word. He told me when the new administration came in that if I wanted to position myself, that I needed to follow the moves they were making. So what I noticed in crypto is that you have a lot of chatter. And so I listened to all the chatter, and then I started narrowing down some voices of some wealthy people to see what they were doing. Because one of the things that I remember that a white man said is, don't listen to what white rich men tell you to do unless it matches what they do. And so I started narrowing it down, and I have come up with a strategy, and and because I knew that everybody would not be at the same place, I have what I consider a regular version of this strategy and a fast track version of this strategy, right? So I want to talk about regular strategy. And this is the word that I believe. I believe that we are in a season here. You can always disagree with me. I am not your mama, and I am not your financial advisor. I'm telling you, this is my opinion. This is my thoughts based on my research. This is in line with my framework, but you are free to choose something else. Okay, so I believe we need to pay attention to what's being said. And when we start seeing people like Michael Saylor of Microsoft Strategy building his business by buying Bitcoin, and we start hearing the government say things like we're thinking about having a Bitcoin reserve, I think that tells us all we need to know. But I'm going to give y'all two strategies. So first is what I call, because I believe the word of the Lord. Let me be transparent with y'all. All this week, I have been fasting and praying, just asking the Lord to give me a strategy that doesn't just work for me, but I could share with other people that they could use if they felt led to use it. And so I've been like so deep in crypto this week. And as I was asleep the other night, I heard the Lord say accumulation. And so I immediately knew what that meant, because Michael Saylor is accumulating Bitcoin. Wealthy people are starting to accumulate Bitcoin. So I believe, so the first strategy is called balance. It is my pleasure. I love y'all with the love of God. I know this. I say this all the time. I only could love y'all this much because this is God's love towards y'all. Because I don't even know most of these people in real life. I really believe it's the heart of God towards other people. So thank you for acknowledging that. So the first strategy I'm going to give you is called regular strategy, balanced accumulation. Balanced accumulation, right? In this strategy, 60 to 70% would be in foundational assets like XRP and Ethereum. Now, some of you going to say, Pastor John, that's different from the strategy that you gave us even last week. I learned some stuff. I enrolled in a program and learned some stuff. So the program I'm paying for, I am now coming to you saying, I'm not asking you to pay for it. I paid for it. I'm telling you what I learned. Balanced accumulation. So 60 to 70% would be in foundational assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. 20 to 30% would be in high utility coins like XRP, Solana, HBAR, and another one of my favorites that my team got on me for not sharing was XCN. And then 5 to 10% in speculative plays. Okay, so a balanced approach would be 60 to 70% in foundational assets, Bitcoin and Ethereum. 20 to 30% in high utility altcoins like XRP, Solana, HBAR, and XCN, and 5 to 10% in speculative plays, right? That's meme coins, that's emerging projects. So for example, if you had $100 to invest each month, under this approach, 60 to 70% would go to Bitcoin, Ethereum, 20 to 30% would go to altcoins like XRP and Solana, and $5 to $10 would go to speculative things like meme coins. Does that make sense? You can get the notes. Why it works. It provides stability with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it offers growth potential for altcoins, and it limits risk by keeping the investment small. So that is the balanced approach. It is a 60 to 70, 20 to 30, 5 to 10 approach. So I'm going to say 60, 20, so I'm going to say 70, 30, 10. Okay. That's the balanced approach, right? Somebody go ask me, is that your approach? Nah, not anymore. That's not my approach. I'm on the fast track approach, which is Bitcoin heavy. Here is my personal opinion. It is my say it's her personal opinion. Here is my personal opinion. My personal opinion is that every person on this live should be using their faith, their strategy, and their resources to secure at least one Bitcoin. It should be Bitcoin heavy accumulation. It's my personal opinion. But in my personal opinion, if I could tell all of y'all what to do, I would say, every one of y'all, I would say, Lord, I need a Bitcoin. Help me get a Bitcoin, and I need it fast. Passion, Bitcoin is $105,000. I don't care. Lord, I need a Bitcoin. Help me to get it fast. Lord, if possible, I need 2 Bitcoins. Why? Because if the government creates a strategic reserve of Bitcoin, we've already seen Venezuela do it. We've already seen some other countries. The new administration, the new president just had a meeting with the president of Venezuela, who literally changed their economy by becoming Bitcoin heavy. Success leaves clues. Now, here's what you're going to have to give up if you become Bitcoin heavy. If you become Bitcoin heavy, you are going to give up. So it's going to look like this. Let me say this. So Bitcoin heavy is that 80 to 90% of your investment goes to Bitcoin until you have at least 1 Bitcoin. And 10 to 20% do whatever you want to. I would go with high utility coins. I would go with the XRPs, the HRP, the HBARs, the XCN, but that's my opinion for my money. You do what you want to with your money. Bitcoin, why this works. Bitcoin is the most stable, recognized asset. It is called digital gold. Owning even 0.1 BTC today could position you for exponential wealth as Bitcoin adoption grows. If you go and study this, people are saying that Bitcoin is going to go to 150 this year, but by 2030, it will be $1 million. There is not any, listen, these people out here don't agree on much, but what they all seem to agree on is that Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million. So in my personal opinion, I'm using other coins. I am using the profit from other coins to roll it into Bitcoin. So I own XCN. XCN went up substantially this week. I pulled my initial investment. I waited a couple of days. It kept going up. I pulled the match of that investment. I rolled it right over to Bitcoin because my personal goal is to have at least 1 Bitcoin. That's right. Be sure to do your own research. Now, think about this, because I think it's good to share some of your mistakes. Does anybody remember when Bitcoin dropped to $15,000? Some of you weren't aware, but some of us remember when Bitcoin dropped to $15,000. Imagine what would have happened had we all been Bitcoin heavy then. And what if over the last 2 years, we have bought 3 Bitcoins each? That $45,000 investment would be worth over $300,000 today. So to me, that's a long-term approach. I'm looking at, if they're saying, so is $100,000 a lot of money? It is, but not if it's going to become 150 and then 250 and then 500 and then $1 million. So to me, Bitcoin is a long-term play. I'm not looking to take money out of Bitcoin. I am looking to become one of the people that own something that is scarce. So what do we need to do? We need to avoid emotional decisions. We need to maximize on our gains, right? I was researching this. I was like, does Michael Saylor And this other guy, I want to give you his name, that I'm actually in like one of his communities. Raoul Pal, RAOUL PAL, RAOUL PAL. He literally releases like 130-page document every month with his research that I paid to get. He's very heavy on something called Solana. He talks about how, now what's his credibility? His credibility is that he is a microeconomist, so he understands. And this is one of the things that I said to somebody the other day. We have been looking at crypto. We've been looking at life from a silo, from a micro perspective, instead of looking at it at a macro perspective. And if we understand the big picture, and here's one of the things that you need to go and do some research on this. So one of the reasons that our national debt keeps increasing is because since the boomers after World War II, people have had less kids. Less kids means less people in the workforce. Less people in the workforce means less contribution to Social Security. Now the boomers, they are getting older. They're collecting their Social Security. And this is why it's one of the things that's really hurting us. But the other thing that really hurts us is that we don't have as many kids. So my understanding is that if you do this research, the goal, the reason we have such a pro-crypto administration, again, it's my understanding of what they're saying, it's actually what they're saying, is that they are going to build a new financial system on top of the old one because they know the old one is dead. The reason they want to regulate it, they want to regulate it so we can do what we've always done in America. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So they literally took something and they said to us over the last several years, this is a scam, don't touch it. All while in the background, they were researching it. They were putting it in position because they want regulation. Why? Because capitalism is upheld by poverty. Capitalism only works by poverty. So if they can get you not to touch crypto because it's a scam while they're in the back end making plays, then by the time they come out and they go, oh, crypto is amazing, they've already pushed you out so that there's no real money to be made. Can you see that? And you can think I'm tripping, or you can look at what this country has historically done. So they need you to be scared. They need you to be uninformed. They need you to pick meme coins that have low value as your primary strategy so that they have no utility, so that when people pull the rug on them, that you're left with nothing. That's what they need you to do. That's what they need you to do. You're not going to give them what they need you to do. What you're going to do is give yourself what you need to do. And you need to own the coins that they're talking about putting in the reserve. If they're talking about it, we're talking about it. You need to lean in and ignore all the chatter. I ain't telling you not to have you a little Doge. No, the scarcity of Bitcoin is higher than people think. That's right. That's right. There is a change here. We've been praying for new. We've been believing for new. Baby girls, new is here. The new is here. It's here. Don't miss it because it's new. So if I see that our government and other governments are buying Bitcoin, they're investing in XRP, they're investing in ETH, they're investing in Solana, then I got to put the majority of me, Sean Strickland. I ain't telling you what to do. You do what you want to do. But I'm telling you that I believe that's the game at hand. All right. That's it. That's all I got to say today. I'm working on these notes. Centriso will send out emails so you can get them. It's way more in these notes, but this is the thing that matters right here. So now you got to decide your strategy. You got to decide your strategy. Are you going to take the regular strategy? Are you going to take the fast track strategy? Are you going to focus on foundational coins? I think you should focus on foundational coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, HBAR, XCN. That's what I think you should do, but it ain't my money. I think you need a regular allocation strategy. I think you need to, Sarah, I'm proud of you because I can tell you've been studying. That's you, Sinitra, Lakina, Colette, Kim, Dennis. It's some people I can tell y'all have been in here studying. Lysandra, Lysandra Briggs. I can see it. I'm proud of you. So you got to decide which strategy is yours. Regular strategy, fast track strategy. And where is the money coming from? Because I personally believe, I cannot confirm this because I am not a psychic, but I personally believe that if Bitcoin becomes the U.S. Federal Reserve, parts of the U.S. Federal Reserve, it's going to skyrocket. It's going to skyrocket. It's going to skyrocket. Now, I'm going to give you an opportunity to sow a seed for this because I'm not charging, but I do think that this information is worth some value. My Cash App is Sean Strickland. My PayPal is SeanStrickland@gmail.com. Do you have to give? No, I already gave you the information. You just click off. You don't have to give. You don't. But if you value the information and the time, it's really a nice way to say thank you. I didn't share this to you as a preacher. I shared this with you as a person who cares about what happens to your financial future. So you want to sow something? Sow something. If you like, I think you should sow. Like whatever you think this would have been worth as a class, that's what I think you should sow. But do that or don't do that. Okay, so Colette says she's on the fast track. Colette, I knew you was just coming to the fast track. Hey, Siobhan, I knew you was coming to the fast track. And let's say if you only had $50 to sow. Let me tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't give me all your $50. I would at least keep 25. I would at least keep 25 of those dollars for my opportunity account. Absolutely. Absolutely. A little bit at the event, I'm going to talk about what do you do when you take profits with your coins? Where do you put it so that you don't get the higher capital gains? And I do hope that administration does say that there won't be capital gains on crypto. It's the one thing that administration could do right. Okay. Y'all pray my strength. So I love y'all. Tell me your biggest takeaways and we're going to go. We did this in under an hour. I'm proud. We only did it under an hour because I didn't give y'all all the notes, but that's fine. Okay. Tell me your big takeaway. Absolutely. The US dollar is not worth what it used to be. In fact, we read something a couple of weeks ago that said if you made $100,000 in 2024 and you made $100,000 in 2019, in 2024, that $100,000 was like making $75,000 in 2019. So yeah, we got to do something different. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, but I want to see y'all takeaways and any questions. Does anybody have any questions before we go? And then we're going to get out of here because it is Saturday. Lysandra said, I had the same thoughts about Bitcoin. I updated my strategy to put my profits into Bitcoin while I'm accumulating. Girl, yes. Maybe I was snatching that. Stay in the build. Don't, slow feet don't eat. This is not the time for ignorance nor uncertainty. Come on. Yes. Crystal is in the comments saying, come to $1 Million Expert. There is the link. It's $297. Karen said, get as much Bitcoin as you can. Be intentional. We want at least one. Yes. My biggest takeaway was all the different type of coins. Yes, you should get my free crypto guide. Go to my page if you aren't already subscribed, y'all. www.shiftwithshawn.com. Get on my mailing list so you can get all of the crypto stuff. We gave away a free crypto guide with different coins, talking about their different utilities, all that stuff. Slow feet don't eat. I like that. An opportunity account is absolutely not the same as an emergency fund. I don't believe in having an emergency fund, not naming that, because I believe names have a purpose. So if I name something emergency fund, I don't want to be drawing emergencies to me. What I want to have is another account over there for money if I need it. But an opportunity account is where I allocate money that is for Bitcoin. It is for NVIDIA. It is for Apple stock. Bobby said, make monthly allocations to crypto. Make them weekly if you can. Make them weekly. Like if you got $100, but you got that $25 each week, then do that, right? Any other questions? Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope you'll share this with somebody. I actually hope you'll watch it with somebody, take some notes, all that different stuff. No questions? Last takeaways? I know it takes 13 seconds or so I'm giving y'all. And I just want to say, I thank the Lord for this. Is dollar cost averaging a good strategy for Bitcoin or the crypto? I think it is, because I think it hedges against the ups and the downs. Yes. But in this season for me, because we don't know what's going to happen with this reserve, that for me, if I was a person who was going to invest at the end of the month, I wouldn't be waiting till the end of the month when the money came in each week. Heck, I would, if somebody sent me some money today, I would buy it today. I wouldn't procrastinate, because the more it goes, we want to buy when it's down. But because there's so much type about Bitcoin, conversation about Bitcoin. Hey, Ralph, I don't know if you're still here, but Ralph told me something this morning that I thought was interesting. Let me see. He said if you look at the crypto charts this morning, both Bitcoin and XRP are converging in a bull pennant. This just means that after a little more consolidation, you can expect a breakout, likely to the top, as both of them have support near the bottom, right? So basically what that means is we're getting to the point, hey, Misha, that we can expect them to go up. So here's the thing. If I only have $100, that $100 is going to buy me more Bitcoin when crypto is at 105 than it is when Bitcoin is at 120. Make sense? No, you see Marlo reading this chart? Yes. I'm not great at chart reading yet, but I looks at them. I try. I'm getting better, but I'm not great. Like, I would rate myself as a strong D student when it comes to reading these charts. But I am smart enough to follow people who read the charts and to stick to my strategy. All right, Father, I ask that you would put wind on what we do. There are people out here, they need resources, that they're limited right now, but you have resources even in their limitation. I especially want to pray for the sowers, those who tithe at their churches, those who give, those who advance the kingdom. Father, I'm asking you to release harvest to them that they can put in this, that you would listen, even if you got to delay them moving a little bit on the reserves in order to help us get in position. We're asking for help, because the Bible says that when we need help, that we should ask, because you are a very present help in the time of trouble. So we're asking for your help. There are people out here, they're your kids, they are faithful in the things of God, and they need resources to be able to put in Bitcoin. And you know where the money is, and you know what's going to happen. So I'm asking you to help us as we attempt to do this, and to put your favor on it, to put your wind on it. We call for a release of money that's owed to us. We call for a release that's for supernatural increase, for our increases, our expenses to go down, our income to go up. Father God, we need your help. We cannot do this without you. We are in full expectation of your help. Help us to recognize the opportunities that you put before us, and we thank you for it in Jesus' name. This is what the Lord said. It came up as I was praying right then. He said, look in your house for what you have. Do you have things you can sell on the reel? Do you have things you can sell on eBay? You have money in your house. The Lord just told me that. If you're on this live right now, you have money in your house. What do you have in your house that you are not using? What do you have in your house that someone else would like to have? Girl, you ain't carried that purse in so long and it's in good condition. Girl, put that purse on the reel, sell that purse, ship them people that purse, get that money and put that money in your crypto. You have money. You bake cakes. Everybody not trying to eat right. Everybody don't start over in January. A lot of people don't care. Go ahead and bake them cakes for those people. Use what's in your house. Everybody has it. And in fact, I'm going to say this because every time I've said it, God has backed this. So I'm going to say it because God backed. You have at least $1,000 in your house. You have at least $1,000 in your house today. Ask the Lord to show you where your $1,000 is. And then don't spend all of it. But you do need to tithe because you want to keep the heavens open over what you're doing. All right. I love y'all. I got to go. Y'all have a great day. If I can figure out how to leave y'all.